Hey, we are two Star Wars nerds, and we're going to be looking at a really cool Mandalorian fan-made comic. This is by The Crusader. I found this guy on Instagram because I follow a hashtag, and his stuff popped up, and I'm like, yo, this is super cool.
Talented dude.
So links to like his Instagram, his website, to this that we're looking at, a free short comic that you can download yourself. Go check all of that out. This is seriously fantastic. This is really cool. And most importantly, there's something like super cool in like the very first page of this. First, notice the date, October 2020. So it says right around the beginning of season 2 of The Mandalorian. But obviously, just looking at the artwork's already pretty cool, but as featuring the fate of Tanway. So really cool. But look at this, Tipoca City Camino. Like a whole year earlier, this guy had it down already. Like literally the way it happened in the show. Like, is he a prophet? Or did Disney see this? I don't know. This is pretty cool though. But I'm not going to read all of this. We're just going to go through and you and I can just kind of react. So don't just let me talk the whole time because I get excited about comics.
I think the artwork in this is amazing. Like when you told me a fan made this, they're like, oh, we're going to look at a fan made comic. I'm like, oh, okay.
No,
and then he showed it to me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is a fan made. Like before I even looked at the story, it's just beautiful looking.
Yeah. And even for the story, what's really cool is essentially he's kind of taken a lot of the theorizing that, we've done about, Mandalorian and where it's leading and tie-ins and all this and kind of put that into a short comic book, so there's some cool stuff. But yeah, very professional, very legit. But yeah, so you have, the destruction of the Kaminoan cloning facilities, and Tanway just yeets herself out of there to protect herself. I mean, so far it's on point, But then years later, Tanway has yet to be found, and basically Palpatine, obviously this is tying into, sequels and stuff, but Palpatine wants to find Tanway, and so he doesn't hire him, but basically gets this guy Pride and is like going to bring him to Exegol, all this. But then this is where it gets really cool, because then you have Grief Karga come in.
It's super cool.
Which is like, okay, so it's cool. So it's kind of this whole like flashback to Empire almost, of like, hey, we need to find somebody, bring in the bounty hunters, rest in peace, Razor Crest. But then basically, what happens is that it is Mando's very first mission. So it's super cool, and basically sent to capture Tanway. And like, just look at the art. Like, that's what I'm blown away by most. That and the prediction of Camino. That's pretty wild. The art is fantastic. And then all this great action. The Nagri, if I'm saying that right. But basically, just super cool. I mean, just look at this. Just reads like a great classic comic book. Seriously. Like, I just can't get over it. Like, it just reads so well. You're not even really like super into comic books either, but like, this is cool.
Yeah, I like the pictures though.
I like the pictures. Okay. Oh, let's do this. I gotta just fit the width again. There we go. Okay, so then anyway, Mando comes in, finds Tanway. Tanway's like, hey, I'll give myself up. Just don't put me in carbonite, right? And again, just look at like the atmosphere. Like, this feels like Mandalorian and Bad Batch. Yeah. Really kind of rolled all into one.
Yeah.
Then Tanway is taken to Exegol. And here, basically, Palpatine's saying, hey, extract some DNA from Yoda because we want to clone Yoda. And then he starts acting like Palpatine. And he even adds a disclaimer. Thank you for reading our fan fiction. And yes, we know that the child is not a clone. It goes to explore the lengths that Palpatine will go in order to manipulate science and dark magic twist this. And then he's talking about all this stuff about, their fans and everything. But yeah, I think this is a great job. I hope this guy keeps doing these. These are really cool. But yeah, like overall, what are your impressions of this?
I'm, like I said before, I'm just blown away by the art. Like, I think it looks beautiful, but the Kamino prediction is wild too. Yeah, definitely, like you said, they need to keep creating, and they have awesome story. Apparently, they see the future, and they're very gifted with their art. So, yeah, I'm all for it.
This blows me away right here, though, because this is like exactly the scene that we see in the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Because typically you see like Star Destroyers up in the atmosphere, shooting down in official Star Wars media. So to see like...
Except for Rebels. They like to come down in Rebels.
Yeah, that's true. But to see a Star Destroyer low like this, that's pretty wild, man. Really good job. But yeah, I mean, overall, this felt like Star Wars to me. I thought it was a great job. But yeah, let us know what you think about this. And I would say go give this guy a follow, man. Download the PDF, check it out. I know I'm going to keep my eyes peeled because I'm like, this is like, I want more Star Wars fan fiction.
Yeah.
I want some cool stuff. Especially if you're predicting things that happen. That's pretty cool. But yeah, with that, we are two Star Wars nerds, and may the Force be with you
always.
always.